Hi guys, in this video I want to present how you solve the task 32.2. In this task we need to first off look at our information. We see we have match in unit, sales price, variable unit cost in kroner, use of machine time per unit in minutes. One thing we need to do before we move further is that we need to decide, okay, how many units can we produce per hour? In this case, we need to look at, okay, how many units do we produce in per minute? So we need to say equal to 60 divided with, then we make Excel do the rest of the work. So we see of them 25, we produce 8, them 35, we produce 4, them 45, we produce 6. As you can see here. We know the maximum machine hours available is 800. First off, we need to go down and fill out a couple of spots. First, the sales price. Sales price at them 25. Them 35. Them 45. Then we need to fill in the match units. Then the variable unit cost. Now we need to do the calculation. The variable unit cost was filled out, and we have the sales price. So the contribution margin per unit can be calculated. This can be calculated by taking the sales price and subtracting the variable unit cost. Now we can make Excel do the rest of the work for us. Now we can calculate the total contribution margin. Because we know contribution margin for one unit, the maximum contribution margin, well then the total contribution margin will of course be for one multiplied with the total. These are the total contribution margin. Now we need to fill out the machine hour. How many machine hours we would use in order to produce the amount available, or the amount that we can sell of that unit. So here we would need to do so that would be 125 for that. So we see that we're able to use 125 hours here, 500 hours here, 500 hours here. Then we need to calculate the differential contribution. The differential contribution, as we talked about, was the total contribution divided with the scarce resource. So what we need to do here, when time is our resource we're focusing on, we need to see, okay, equal to divided with machine hour. And the way we're supposed to do it now is that we're supposed to look at, okay, what gives us the highest differential contribution, and the one that gives us the highest is D45. That will be priority 1. Next one will be D25, and the last one will be D35. Okay, now we need to first fill out these. Differential contribution per hour for the priority 1 was 174, priority 2 was 160, for priority 3 was 120. Okay, so the amount of hours used, as we can see up here, for the first one we have 800 hours available. For the first one we use 500 hours here. For the next one, priority number 2, we only have to use 125 hours. So we put 125 here, and then 125 added to 500, that gives us 625. Now the last one, priority number 3, we would actually be able to use 500 hours, but we only have 175 hours left. So what we need to put in here is 175 and 800. Now we reach the maximum. And then for the last one, the DEM35, if for some reason we get more hours, we still have 325 hours, which would be where we would be able to produce, giving us a total of 1125. So if for some reason we got more capacity, or if we were able to rent a facility that could help us produce DEM 35, we would be able to actually sell more than we're doing right now with the capacity of 800 hours. So this would be our top priority. Now we need to go down and fill these in. So I took the liberty to fill out some of these, but now you see the sales price first and then sales in unit. With sales DEM 25 and DEM 45, it's clear that we can sell all the units available. But with the other, we are in a bit of a doubt, because here we need to see, okay, we were able to sell or to produce 175 of the DEM 35. So this would be, we would need to be able to calculate it by, we have 175 hours available, and we know that we can produce, as we see here, we can produce with the DEM 35, we can produce 4 an hour. We need to multiply it with this. So these are the amounts that we're able to use. So now we also need to fill in the 125 hours here, 175 of these, and 500 of these hours. Then the total contribution, this is calculated by looking at the machine hour and multiply it with the differential contribution. So if you see here, we have I have filled it in. The only case where you see here it's G40, the way you calculate it here is machine hours multiplied by the differential contribution. The only case where we need to change the patterns in itself is in relationship with DEM 35, because here, as we see, you need to of course take into consideration that them 35 you're not able to produce all 500 hours. So there you need to, of course, change it to the machine hours available at the current moment. Then we just need to sum it up. Doing that, we see that the total contribution with the production at 800 hours available is the 128,000. Very good.